The next couple of questions are specific to these people. So they're kind of asking about their circumstance. So any feedback you have to offer on it. The first one is...
Let me preface that by saying that it is my policy never to give specific medical advice to people that I've not taken their history and done an exam on. So I can speak in generalities because I don't think it's ethical or honest medicine to be telling people, they'll ask me a simple question about something. It's like, I can't answer that. I don't know anything about you.
Yeah.
Yes. Very clear. Understood.
Yeah. Okay.
So what do I do if I want a home birth, but it's not an option, meaning no close midwives, or they won't travel to me?
What would I do? I would get an Airbnb and I would move.
That's a great answer.
To where you can have the birth that you want.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing in your life will be more important to you, other than possibly your wedding day, than the birth of your children.
Mm-hmm.
So you should plan for that, like you plan for your wedding. I don't know if you've heard Bliss's beautiful analogy about weddings and birth. Have you guys heard that?
I haven't heard it, no.
Not specifically, no.
Okay, well, I'll do it real briefly because I think it'll make a point for this listener.
Yeah.
When you have a wedding, you plan everything. You decide who you want to invite. You spend a lot of time and a lot of money doing it.
Yes.
Okay. When you're pregnant, you take out your Medicaid card or your Blue Shield card or whatever else, and you go to the hospital. Same person that's been doing your PAP for 10 years. Oh, I guess this person's going to deliver my baby. And you don't do any research into it. You don't look anything into it whatsoever. Well, the two most important things in your life are a wedding and the birth of your children. I mean, there are other things, but let's just give me that for the moment. So what would happen if we had something called wedding insurance? And you started paying wedding insurance when you're 20 and you paid $100 a month. And when you're 29, you're 32 and you decide to get pregnant, your wedding is covered. But you don't get to pick which food you want to have, and you don't get to pick which venue it is. And they invite people to your wedding that you don't like. And, no one in their right mind would ever go for something like that.
Nope.
No.
And yet for the birth of your baby, you'll do that without even thinking about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So my advice to people who are feeling pressured in their own community, or they feel like they're 36 weeks and it's too late to change practitioners. No, it's not. It's not too late to change practitioners. It's not too late to find somebody. And if you live, unfortunately, in a community or a state that, that slams midwifery and doesn't allow these sorts of things or makes it illegal for anyone to help you, then look at the options. I'm not saying come to Southern California, but I have people coming here all the time for breeches or twins from other states who can't find support. But travel 100 miles, travel 200 miles, get in 36, 37 weeks or whatever. Even if it's only a few hundred miles, you can do that drive in labor, especially if it's your first baby.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's not, or if you find somebody that you really like that's in Oregon and you live in Georgia, so get an Airbnb in Oregon and go out there at 36 weeks. Take your other toddler with you or your whatever, and make it an adventure that you will remember for the rest of your life.
Heck
right?
yeah.
Do not settle because of logistics or insurance. If you spend $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 on your birth, it may be a big burden initially, but 2 years, 3 years from now, that money will mean nothing. It will mean nothing.
Yeah.
You'll have paid it off and you'll wonder why was I so stingy about it?
Yeah.
How many people that you guys have probably interviewed who have, seek out a home birth for their second birth do so because they had a
traumatic home,
really traumatic or dissatisfying experience with their first birth in the hospital.
Absolutely.
It's majority, I would say.
Yeah.
So that is a really great kind of almost answering this question. It says, what do you suggest if I'm pregnant with twins and no one will support a home birth? Sounds like a ticket to California for me. That's what I would do.
Yeah, or a state where midwives, there are midwives that do twins, and there are several. I think. Yeah. I think Tennessee still does. I think the farm still does twins. I know that there's a Cynthia Calais in Wisconsin does twins. I don't know what the laws are in any state. Unfortunately, I'm not up to date on the laws in any state but my own, so I can't really answer the question. But yes, because if you go to the hospital, there's probably a 90% chance or more that you're going to end up with a C-section. even if they tell you and you go in with that they'll deliver you vaginally, they'll be often the bait and switch. Oh, baby turned a little bit, or the baby's not this, or baby's not that. And, I think the C-section is the safest route. And then what are you going to do? Now you're in labor and you really can't change at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, same answer.